Live because for some odd reason my original video started to go slower and slower. I don't know if it was a memory issue or what. So this is a my version of an instrument designed by a gentleman named Brett Gardner in New Orleans called a drone-o mode. And what it is it's his experiment to come up with what he kind of dubbed as an American cigar box sitar. And I just became fascinated with drone instruments. Decided to try to make one based on a couple of videos he has online. So it's a 3-string cigar box instrument, but what's different from traditional guitars and makes it more of a sitar is it has 2 strings that are drones that are not played by fretting. And then the 3rd string is the one you actually play your melody on while you're playing. So what's unique on top of many unique things is if you notice, instead of a flat normal guitar board, it has a dowel and an elevated fretboard. And it has zip ties for frets. And the point of that is that you can change the fretting, change the tuning, depending on if you want to play like, let's say, an Indian raga tuning. You can actually slide these zip ties into the positions you want. And right now, if you notice, there are some thick ones because it has enough frets or zip tie frets for a standard instrument. But you can slide the zip ties into positions. And right now I set it for diatonic, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do tuning. Instead of a standard bridge, if you notice, it's flat and it's got a piece of Corian tile. And it's flat like that in the same sort of design as the bridges on sitars are. And by them being flat, causes the strings to buzz. Now the other thing is, and I'm showing this specifically because I said I'd show Brett Gardner when I finish this. If you notice the nut, does anyone recognize what this is? It is a piece of a Scrabble Tile Holder. Whenever I'm at a resale shop and I see Scrabble games, I tend to buy them because I like to use the letter tiles on guitars sometimes for decorations. And so consequently I have a bunch of these tile holders, and for elevated bridges they seem to work really well for this weird instrument. And the other thing is the pickup is a non-standard pickup. This is going to get a little guitar nerdy. What this is called is a low induction pickup, and it's not a traditional electromagnet pickup which has thousands of tiny wire coils going around a magnet. It has basically a U of copper. In this case, this is actually part of a circuit board, and I blacked out the U shape and etched it with caustic acid as if I were doing a circuit. And then there's 2 magnets, and under it is actually a little transformer to bump up the really weak signal to turn it into a full pickup. And just another experiment I've been working on. So yeah, this is my version of Brett Gardner's Drone-O Mode, sort of an American cigar box sitar. And as always, I mentioned, I'm a builder, not really a player. Actually, in the house, and that's why I decided to mess around with video, it sounded really good. I was jamming away. Now, so that's it. I just actually wanted to capture this because it's hard for me to tell what it sounds like when I'm just playing it by myself, so I thought if I did a video I could actually hear it. So that's it. Happy 4th of July.